Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Today, I have 15 quests to do, most of which are actually large monsters. I think a couple? Yeah, coal, small monster, small monster. The rest are large. I'm going to start with these quests, because those might give more that I'll have to finish. I don't know what I want to run. I think I'll start with an Astalos. Maybe I'll try it with bring flash bombs. I don't know. I'm not very good about bringing flash bombs to anything but Rathalos. But it is time to explore. How long this will take. I wonder how this changes with high rank. Because high rank village started to spawn you in random locations, but this hasn't so far. It's still low rank, but I wonder how that behaves. Whether you... Oh, I know flash bomb sword. I only have 4 out of the... Yeah, 4 out of 5 instead of 5. But it is what it is. Yeah, so you'll just be grinding slowly. None of the quests like last week. I think it was last week. Where I had the 50 Pnahabra, 50 Vespoid quests. Those were a nightmare. I really don't know where Astalos would be. I'm assuming not in the cold. But it could be at 4 and it could have already moved to 5. But it could also be in cold areas. Oh, there it is. Unseen. I've never seen this monster. It is unseen. I almost got the hidden. What a shame. Okay, good, very quick. I wonder if Astalos is going to be in wilds. I think it would fit. Getting absolutely blasted by lightning by Raid Owl. I think that would be suitable. But only just to have it have turf wars with Raid Owl where it gets destroyed. Stylistically, they feel kind of similar. They're not the same, obviously, but they have a lot of wing-based attacks. I should be not quite able to get away. A lot of wing-based attacks, lightning, well, thunder is what they call it. A few lightning-based projectiles. So the Astalos' lightning is a lot less explosive. I don't think I was getting away from that. Maybe if I'd rolled again. I really need quick sheath or something for scenarios like that. That was lucky. I really wonder if I could have flashed out of the air there if I'd thrown it in the correct direction. I think there's a lot of monsters that have similar, like Mizutsune plus Balahara. Very different, obviously, again, but movement in general, fight aesthetic, in terms of how they move and attack. They would fit together well. Doshagama. I don't know, it's fairly, for how bland it is, it's fairly unique feeling to me. Because it's just a big rectangle. And it moves like a big rectangle. I don't think there's really anything that stands out. And since there's nothing that stands out, it kind of makes it harder to compare it to other monsters. Oh, that was unfortunate. What did I hit to jump off of there? Because I don't think I hit anything. Like, unless I had a Palico standing there. I think Wilds could be fun if it had basically just specifically Switch Axe aerial style. Where everything could sort of do that. That visual is terrible. Where everyone could do that type of roll, jump, hit on the way up, hit on the way down. To get a lot of mounting. Oh, I ran right into that. And honestly, the aerial style for this really helps for part cutting a lot of the time. Ah, that was greedy. Worth it? Okay, not dead. What is it doing? Wait, is it leaving? No, it's charging. I have two things to pick up there. That shifts more than I expect. What the heck? I guess my Palico killed it. It didn't even leave Zone 4 once. That was incredibly short. This is still hub. That was shorter than all these other hub quests. Is there some trick? Or does Astalos in the Marshland never leave Zone 4? Which makes the quests a lot quicker because you don't have to chase them. That would be good news. That was an undeservedly quick kill. Which is weird. I think Astalos versus Raidou would be fun to see, specifically because Astalos would lose. The spider versus any other spider would be pretty fun. Almudron versus Balahara could be interesting. I just... There's nothing that I can think of for Doshaguma. Like, Arzuros is tiny by comparison. There's probably common monsters from older games that I just don't know. It's a real mystery. Oh, the Afro guy. And I got Poogie clothes. That should be Catendant, hopefully. Good. It's kind of wild. Like Chatacabra could go with like Jagras. Or any other chunky early game. I mean, Arzuros is a similarly early game monster that I think would be suitable, but not aesthetically similar. Tetsukabra. Not really, but... Oh, anything else that... I guess... Kezu? Kezu has its head as serving the purpose of a Chatacabra's tongue attacks? There's just not a lot of similar ones for a couple of them, which is good. More, it doesn't even feel that unique though. It's just kind of a weak early game monster. Balahara is the easiest. Raidao second easiest to think about. Silly turf wars. I mean, Balahara probably has the easiest sort of anything turf war related to follow. I'm here for a... This is probably zone 7 or 6. It could be 5, 9, 10 though. And there it is. I love how large the, like, aquatic monsters are. I mean, Lagiacrus could kind of fit with Balahara just shape-wise. Chatacabra is very water. I struggle with the water-themed wide toad. Did I get the roll? Yes, I did. Somehow that interrupted, but it didn't. There's still a lightning strike. Worth it. I don't know which direction I rolled there. I'm gonna get lightning struck. And I should be stunned by now. But I'm not. Actually shocked. Oh, how does it shoot it there? I should have been hit by whatever that was. It's very electric. It's not electric in the same way as Raidao though. I don't think it would work. Except it's like a... Ooh, like a pole. It attracts the lightning that Raidao shoots and it doesn't die from it. It doesn't take 1,000 damage from a lightning shot like a Balahara would. Not even in a turf war setting. They just, if they get hit by the charge up, they take 1,000 damage. Oh, that visual is awful. Okay, I forgot about that. It's such a weird monster. And not from a, it was designed for water and it's not water. Just, it's weird. Let's just wait back here. Because so many of its attacks are like that style of just dodge. You can't really do all that much because it's just big AoE. Like, all that is move away. Which is the least interesting type of attack. Whatever, I was hit anyway. Such a weird creature, but movement-wise it would make me think of Valahara. I don't think they're suitable as opponents in any way, given the water versus sand, totally separate zones. But the first locale has a little pond, an oasis, in the middle of the desert where you could have just a Lagiacrus never leaves that area. Stays somewhat submerged the whole time, and then a Balahara could show up and attack. I'm not going for the tail cut because I am lazy. I'm here to just attack the main core and get whatever that heartbreak is. Yeah, whatever that heartbreak was. Oh, that should have probably hit me. By the usual standards of hitboxes, I think that should have hit me. Worth it. Ooh, I should have been hit there, I think. By the usual standards, I'm hit. I mean, this version of Lagiacrus wouldn't be... Lagiacrus wouldn't be terrible if touched up a bit. I'd prefer it to Almudron. That's mostly because I find Mud an annoying mechanic. I don't actually think it's a terrible fight. I just think Mud is tedious. Oh, I forgot. Like, with mud decorations in Thunderbreak, Almudron's not bad. When you don't have to worry about being slowed. Okay. I want to roll sideways there, but... I'm actually surprised how little I've noticed. Not... like, I guess because I didn't play enough of the beta to really get used to being able to roll backwards again. But being able to roll backwards is so nice. I pressed roll there, but I didn't roll. Oh, I must have been just under the stamina. Worth it. It's kind of an interesting... oh, whatever. It's not happening. Kind of interesting to think. feel like the... Oh. It's interesting how the food... I kind of... Even if it's eating every 10 minutes because the hunts last that long, I kind of prefer food effects lasting the whole hunt as opposed to 2.25 hunts. Because having to refresh it every hunt is... Oh, hello. How are you? Oh, just get hit there. I'm making progress through the hub. Not much left on 3-star. I got greedy. Yeah. Yeah, mostly. Because they're kind of... They're not that... Because I'm using... At this point, I'm using... Oh no. Oh well. At this point, my weapon is high rank. So the hunts take 5-6 minutes anyway. It's not that long. For low rank quests. The high rank, I don't have any idea how that's gonna go. But I'm mostly doing it solo because it's predictable. Yep. Okay, that was not a predictable attack by the Lagiacrus. Whoop. They only take... This one took a little bit longer. Oh yeah. Like, I did a few early hubs with, like, higher level low rank gear. It didn't feel that bad actually, initially, but it's way easier with over leveled offense. I think I'm still mostly using just high level low rank gear. But it's kind of... It's not scaled as well as the other ones for single player, but it's actually not that bad. Like, mostly like thinking comparisons to the 6-star advanced quests where the monsters have more HP than high rank versions. It makes the hub look pleasant by comparison to, from even trying those. Oh yeah. I think that makes sense. Like, I'm just trying to do everything, but yeah. Like I've got... Did I get to... No, I got to 9-star village before I came back to this. Because I wanted to try those village advanced. Oh yeah, that's pretty... I think high rank is pretty interesting. This is the correct food. Like, I think that's where there's a lot more interesting monsters begin to show up. Oh, that was a quest. I have to turn it in. Like, I can't remember the name. The spider's a fairly interesting monster. Please don't give me another quest. Or give me... Nope, another hub quest. I'm just very committed to trying to get through this. Oh yeah. Like, I didn't play any Gen U in the last couple days. So I played Wild, I don't know, for a total of 5 hours in the open beta. It's fun. It doesn't actually even feel bad going back to this game though, like, because it has its... Ooh, that's good. It has its clear... It's just different enough that it's fun to come back to. Where I bet if I went back to World, it would feel kind of... Yeah. I think it was really good. I think it was a bit... I can say buggy in specific ways, but it's solid. But despite how solid it is, no struggle to get back into this game. Brachydios generally zone 2 and 5, I think. Oh yeah, like... I think it mostly ran properly on medium for me, but it occasionally had weird visual issues. I wonder if there's graphics driver stuff, or PC side at least, that... Because I hadn't updated my drivers in like half a year. Because it hasn't been an issue. So maybe there was stuff there that I probably should have looked at. But I bet full release might have better stuff, at least for PC on that side. Probably not hugely different, but... Oh, greedy. Bad positioning. Yeah. Like it actually, like I tried high settings. It did not take long to crash. And it had a very weird crash screen. Like my entire screen was filled gray, but then the crash box was sort of in the top left corner, but not the very corner. It was very weird to me. And then I give up and went with like medium, adjust a few things down. And then it technically at that point ran better than Gen U, because Gen U is like 30 FPS. And I've gotten used to the 30 FPS of this game, so... Oops, greedy. Oop. Oh, bad place. I'm really wondering how... Like, I hope at the very least, like, it didn't run fantastically. I really hope other locales aren't worse. And it's just, oh, this is the locale they've spent the most time making work, and then they release and the other locales have problems. I'm hoping that won't be the case. Yeah. I can definitely... Well, I can't see it, obviously. I can understand that. Like, for me, it's sort of, I've gotten used to it, so I'm happy with it. But, like, I ran... I was checking something on Sunbreak. Because I haven't played that in a bit. And I checked months ago now. But I was checking something on Sunbreak, and, like... Visually, it's a similar art to this, kind of. More than World. And it really made it obvious, the 30 FPS of this game. Like it... Oops, that was greedy. That was dumb. it's not as noticeable when you've played it consistently without playing other similar games, but man, does it become noticeable when you put it side by side. Oops. Let's just clear the blast. Oop. Bad positioning. Yep. Yeah. Like it... Oh, I just remembered something. I really noticed that the Superman was one of the most distinct things in Wilds because it's very springy for some reason. Like it feels like the character really jumps. Yeah. Like I could probably load it right now, switch between the two, and it would make this look terrible. The visual side is actually not... It sort of has a visual style that isn't the worst. It is dated in a lot of ways, but it's not the worst aging visuals. Very close. Yeah. Like I think a game like Borderlands, the old Borderlands 2, it's 12 years old, but because of the art style, it doesn't look... I mean, it looks old, but like, its art style ages very well. Oh, yeah, I messed up. Too greedy. And this sort of has a similar, like, aging quality. Totally different art style, but... wrong button. The difference in buttons. Any Nintendo controller to any other controller is always slightly not ideal. Like A and B being reversed. It only comes into play occasionally, but yeah. Like any, well, not any pixel art. There's definitely pixel art that clearly looks like it's aged. But like anything that is going for the book nearby. Anything that goes for those stylistic art has a much better chance. I'd agree. Made it. I got hit. Yeah. I wonder what the oldest... Well, actually, I can say one thing. There's specific things where they don't even try to go for, like, a nice art style. That, like, they don't really age well. But it's a specific style that people still emulate. Like, those old... I don't know what Rogue specifically looks like. Like, older roguelike games, and all those games built to just use, what, characters to represent stuff? They never looked good. They look just as the same now as they did, I don't know, in the late 90s? I did not consume that anytime when it was recent. I guess the most recent example would be like, nope, it's not really an action game related, but like Dwarf Fortress was at least to me, noteworthy because of its absolutely incomprehensible art in its normal state. Where it was just colored letters, which isn't really art at that point. I don't know if it can even be called art. So that might just be a bad example entirely. I'm trying to think of old... I mean, any, like, old Mario still holds up visually. Like, Mario 64. Just Super Mario. Whatever the NES, SNES one was. I can't remember the names. It's kind of... I imagine they'll eventually reach a point... Oops, wrong button. That's the one issue with the Switch sometimes. It has too many buttons. Because what? It's different. This game you press B or A to quit out of the animation of the monster's death. It's like home or something for Wilds and World and Sunbreak. Yeah, I wonder whether games have reached the point where they won't age as poorly anymore, or if it will continue to be like, even the best looking game now will be a problem. Though, one example has been... I never played it. Like, Uncharted 4 was praised as looking super good. And I imagine it still looks very good now. That's actually not that old, is it? Oh, 2016, that's 8 years ago. Oh, yes. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I think is just purely convenient quality of life benefits. Like, you can skip through a lot of stuff. I forgot about that. I really noticed. I mean, it's not something new. Oh, wait, quest. It's not something new to... I don't remember the button. It's not something new to Wild. It was there in World and Rise. But the take all after quests is really so much better than having to click every single time. Where this game, you don't even have to click all. You can just skip right through it. And I think that's a good thing. Yeah. And I think my experience, I don't think they've gone in the wrong direction. Like, I think most of the stuff they've added is just making it more convenient. Yeah. And like convenient in a positive way. Like I think that the auto run option on the secret is purely convenient. Like, it doesn't make it easier. It just means that you can... I'm in the dunes, right? It just makes it so that you don't have to pay as much attention to your turns and stuff. And you can manage your inventory, you can check weapon information. You can even check your, like, you can even check, you could finish your quest, skip through all that, set your next quest, and then check what you got from the quest that you just finished. Yeah. Like, I really think the multitasking benefits outweigh the fact that it makes it a little bit easier to get to the monsters. I do wonder, though, how the monster tracking will work when it's not a beta. Because instantly knowing where they are, I would miss having to find them. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But if it's just for the beta where you know where everything is right away, I can get behind that. I mean, I just think that like moment where you have that knowledge of, hey, this is where this monster usually starts. Like, I prefer the like, oh, in this map, I think generally the Gendrome spawns in zone 10. Not always, but I think it has a tendency to. Losing that would be a real shame. Losing those like tiny and completely unimportant bits of like learning monster habits. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I actually think that's, in my opinion, it's not objectively bad. It's just personally a preference. And I think anyone that says it's objectively bad, I think they're a little bit maybe stuck in the past. Because there's no real huge benefit to knowing where stuff is. To not knowing where stuff is. I just like that. I mean, you still get that in Rise, actually. Like, oh, usually the monsters start in the same area, well, not same, like a couple areas, and you learn that eventually. So it still does have that. So it's not totally lost. I'm bad. Yeah, like that's where I can really like agree on, it doesn't really make it more fun. Like, it doesn't make it more fun to have to find them. Because plenty of times I've gone through a zone, I've walked, say I walk from zone 4 to 3, and then the monster goes from 5 to 4 while I'm in 3. Then I go from 1 all the way back around to 10. Before I can get to 4, it's moved to 3. I check 4, then I check 5. And it's just, oh, I checked everywhere, I can't find it. Like, losing that is, I think I'm totally okay with that. Like, I kind of like the world's, like, finding traces of monsters system. Like, I think it's an interesting mix. Like, oh, it's been here recently, so you missed it barely. It was nearby. Maybe if they implemented, like, I don't know, some weird sound-based location stuff. Like, they have audio cues to give you a direction to find it initially, and then once you find it, you don't have to paintball it, you don't have to chase it, you know where it is for the rest of the hunt. I think I could enjoy that. Then the audio would have to be really good, and that would be a lot of effort, so it's not really worthwhile. What am I hunting? I'm hunting Seregios. I don't know where Seregios spawns. Probably zone 2. Which, this is just a unique huntathon thing where they don't spawn right away, so you have to waste time I'm gonna wait until the thing in the top right goes away. It's very goofy. There it is. Yeah, like I think technically I got into Monster Hunter with Gen U, but I didn't get super far. Then I played more of World, but also didn't get crazy far. And then Rise and Sunbreak is the first time that I've I'd say fully beaten like one of the games. I really do like Rise. I think there's some things that it don't appeal to me as much in theory. But like, here's an example that's totally unrelated to this genre of games, but like, and I don't play either of them anymore at all. But like, it's sort of, I like World's design in a lot of ways for the gameplay, but it's kind of, there's a lot of convenient stuff that Rise does better. And it's sort of like, personally, I like the design of Dota 2 as a game more than the game League of Legends. But I can 100% say that League of Legends is a more approachable game, which might be better in that context. It's a weird example to bring up while playing Monster Hunter, but it's sort of, I can really like a lot of the stuff about it, but it has things like World has things that are just not as pro gameplay, pro playing the game, and a lot of other stuff. Okay, this is one thing about the Wilds beta that I don't like. Though it's kind of annoying in this game, so it's both ways there's something bad about both. You can't jump off the top of dunes in Wilds. I think it's better that you don't, but it's different and I'm not used to it. I would repeatedly try to jump off of a dune like that to get like a mounting attack, and it just wouldn't work. Like, I think it makes more sense to not jump, but I'm used to the jumping. Yeah, it's kind of, I should have just committed to the mount. It's kind of just burned in there that, oh, it should jump, it should do this. I think that, there's another thing. Like, sliding, I think, has been made less, like, it doesn't trigger as often, which for me is a good thing. Like, it doesn't trigger as readily. Yeah, it's still convenient to get jump attacks. Not as convenient as aerial style switch axe, but nothing can be that convenient. I'll just let it go. Nothing's as convenient as aerial switch axe. Maybe Insect Glaive. But that's actually, it's fairly close. Yeah. I liked, it felt weird, the monster riding. I did like that it interacts with the wound mechanic. Like, that made me it made me happy that it actually, like, you hit them a bunch, it triggers a wound, and then you can pop the wound. I enjoyed that part of the mounting. Yeah. I think it was a cool... I think there's probably stuff that they will need to fix. Because I think there's hitbox issues, maybe. Just in general. Wrong button. Because I didn't take my weapon out, I guess. I should just eat the fish. Did you get any of the weird, assuming you fought Raidao, things where Raidao would be doing the wing attack, where it's dragging its wing along the ground, and then it would teleport 3 feet a meter and hit you because it teleported? Because there were a few monsters that did stuff like that. Like Balahara would dig underground and then teleport and be standing on the surface. Like, I feel like there must be something wrong with the structure, like the ground or something, on some level. Where, like, it just doesn't behave properly. Oh. See, that's lucky. For me, it teleported onto me twice. Oh, jumped over. I mean, it was... What? The second fight that ended with a Palico killing the monster. Very distracting. But, like, there's specific issues like that, but it was very... Considering everything, it was a pretty good beta. Admittedly, if, I don't know, half the monsters having some issues was scaled up to the full game, I think the game would be... It would be playable, but it'd be really bad. And like, Balahara and Raidao having issues. But I don't think I triple carded at all. The carcass stuff, where you walk on top of them, was sometimes a little buggy. Oh yeah, I'm glad it was available now and not in like mid-January. What's that square? Oh, that square is a mining thing. Okay. It's very square looking. And it was a mining node. That makes sense. Like, it's good to know now sort of what the game will be like. I wonder if they're gonna have the beta be available basically in the same, maybe updated state again before full release. Because I don't know if World had a, like, extended beta like Rise did. It was available for a very long time. Wait, isn't Absolute Readiness really good? Auto unsheath your weapon. Cool. Yeah. I wouldn't really play it because I would only play it to like check if the game ran properly at this point. Which hopefully it will run at least as well as it did in the beta. Yeah. I'd already hunted a Lagiacrus. Let's do a music tonight. Where's the music tonight? Mountain Peaks. That is not a cold area. Like, I wonder what will happen between now and release. I wonder what they have left to do. I wonder whether the beta is like as up to date as it was, or if it's like 4 months old, 6 months old. Shoot. I do this way too often. I forget to eat. Which Wilds does a good job about that. You don't have to abandon the quest to eat. It's just the hub. The Genu hub is really bad for eating and for me. Because in Sunbreak, I would pick up the quest, go eat, and then I could leave right there. But the hub, it doesn't have the same flow. Because if I wanted to pick up the quest, then eat, and then leave, I'd have to quest all the way back here, all the way back here. It's just not a convenient location. I didn't even pick up the quest. But I think the Wilds food is a little annoying. Just because it's... I only noticed that the food ran out when I suddenly had a smaller HP bar mid-fighting Rei Dao. Like, oh, I'm gonna die. But at least it's easy to fix. Like, you can run away on your sacred, and then eat. It's at least not like, you don't have to go all the way back somewhere, eat, and then make your way back. You just need to move enough out of the way that you don't die while cooking. Yeah, I was confused too. I was like, I'm still on the same hunt. Why has my meal worn out? And then I remember that it's like a 30 or 50 minute depending on what you cooked. I wonder how those ingredients are going to feel on full release. Like, having them actually be consumed could either be really tedious or kind of fine. Yeah. The fast travel does help. But it's sort of... Because I did a Balahara hunt. I realized partway through that I hadn't eaten. And then when it left to travel to the next area, you can just pop out the portable grill and cook enough to have your HP be fine. Like, it was very... Fixing not having food wasn't a big issue. I'd kind of wonder whether upkeep on ingredients will be tedious or not. Because it might just become, oh, eat for 30 minutes, use the default forever, and it only... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's basically the same as going back. Like, I think that I didn't notice if the HP was lower. I'm pretty sure it was the same. And the stamina was also the same. Like, I think it's just as good, which with the fast travel means it probably should be. If it was worse, then no one would ever use it. Unless you don't need... No, you definitely need ingredients for every form of food. 'Cause I think I did both cooking types. But it's a good way to make it relevant again. It's like, I don't think portable cooking has been relevant in a very long time. Or like, It hasn't been vital in a very long time. If ever. I don't actually know older games with regards to that. Like, even in Gen U, I don't think I've cooked a single bit of meat. And that's like doing every quest except for the advanced up to 6-star and then pushing to 9-star. Yeah. So having a reason to cook on the go, I think is a good... I think it's interesting. Oops, bad positioning. Wait, no, that's wrong. I need the energy charge. My brain is asleep. There is no energy charge for Switch Axe in Wilds. I've gotten so used to that mechanic. I love this mechanic. I love the bubbles. They're so funny. Okay. Great timing to show off that you cleared yourself of bubbles, Mr. Hunter. Oh. Danger, that should hit me. I mean, I don't know why I got into Switch Axe in Rise. I really don't. I think I just picked it up. I wanted to figure out how it worked and I stuck with it, and eventually it mostly made sense. Which is the only reason I'm using it in Gen U. Oh. It's a fairly broad collection. Like, I don't know. The first weapon that I really enjoyed playing was Insect Glaive, which, technically speaking, they kind of ruined what was fun about it to me initially in Wilds, but I like where it's at. I like where the Switch Insect Glaive is in Wilds. It doesn't feel terrible when you can't pogo infinitely. Not pogo, you can't bounce infinitely. I think most weapons that I tried felt pretty solid, and I think they did a good job mostly. Like, I might be wrong, I think they, like, Longsword felt like its gauge built up quicker. Oh, I could never do Heavy Bowgun in Rise. Was such a struggle just trying it. Like, it was a struggle. Because in low rank, it felt strictly worse than Light Bowgun. Because the rapid shots just seemed like they were doing better damage, and Heavy Bowgun had none. This DPS just felt bad. But I could have been missing something obvious. Gargua. Showing up right as soon as Itsune leaves. The zone mechanic is... I'm glad it's gone. It's probably the thing that I miss the most from the short time playing Wilds. Because getting knocked out of a zone mid-fight is not a good time. Oops. Well, okay, so they do benefit you to hit the green bubbles, but they do still bubble you. Makes sense. Oh wait, I'm not... Oh. Oh. Got bubbled. I love love the bubble effect, it's so good. I really hope they make use of it in Wilds. It's a little annoying when you can't do anything, but... But yeah, it was nice talking with you as well. I hope you have a nice... night too. This is going terribly. I'll just let it leave. It was... Nahabra. Oh, the bugs. The bugs are so good. Creepy mosquito-like creatures. I forgot all about them somehow. Whoops, spat at you. Can't believe I forgot about the mosquito creatures in Wilds. Those were great. Is the tail cut? Not cut. It doesn't cut. Is the tail broken? It looks broken to me. Oh no, that's not broken. Now, oh, it does cut. I didn't think it cut. I guess it's sort of like a... Oh, what's it called? What is, Zinogre. Zinogre tail cut. In terms of the design. Oop. Gotta stay safe. Fun monster as always. I think it's better than the Rise version. I don't know. I never really look at those claws. Those middle claws are very sharp. Is it for fish? Grabbing and... They wouldn't descale fish. They would just eat them whole. They wouldn't need to do anything, but they could catch a fish with a claw like that in a fantasy world. Use it for grubs. Probably not though. They probably don't eat bugs. The quest. The font on the W is a little goofy. This color's great. I need to switch my Palicos. These ones don't level up anymore. Or they haven't been leveling up in a while, so I really should swap. Level up other Palicos, get more 5 enthusiasm, better, to make better use of the trader. I only really need 6. Okay. Oh, capture Glavenus. Love-hate relationship with capture quests. They're good because they make me pay attention. They're awful because I forget to do them. Okay, I think I should definitely do Zinogre first, because there's still 2 Zinogre quests. Oh, Zinogre's not gonna be in a hot area. Yeah, M peaks. No, wait, M peaks? No, Arctic Ridge is a cold, mountainous area. M peaks is not very. Yeah, I mean, it's a mountain area, but it doesn't really feel as mountainy as it should. I think the reason it doesn't feel like a mountain area is because zones 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all feel very low-lying, and zone 1. Like, it is on a ridge, but it doesn't feel like, you know, a mountain peak. Oh yeah, I was wondering. I think about Longsword. I think Longsword felt like it charged faster in the Wilds beta than it did in Rise. But that could be either wrong, because I didn't play enough Longsword in Rise, or just I don't know what other reason it could be wrong, because my impression could just be incorrect. I don't know if the special sheath went into an auto regen one, which if it doesn't, then that would make sense as a mechanism for why it might charge faster per hit. I missed. I'm bad. I've been playing primarily aerial switch axe for like 70 hours or something. And I missed that. The easiest tail to hit. That was not my fault. It was, but I know exactly why it happened. And I feel justified in the error. Wonderful. Oh, I thought you'd go for a tail slam there. I guess I don't know Zinogre well enough. I don't actually know when he goes for the tail slam in his combos. Oh, he has such a weird start. He instant red. But a fairly slow instant red. I wonder if the explosion on the elemental discharge, that's the tail slam, yeah, does slashing damage. It shouldn't, because it's an explosion. What was that? I mean, nothing I could have really done at that point, because I bounced off of him, trying to escape. Let's just Sheath Breath Ekin. I like the spikes on the tail when it's in the rage mode. I never actually really noticed that. Probably because I was getting kicked around a bit. This probably heal. Thank you. Ah, no extra lightning strike. Wonderful. That was super hard to predict which side I would land on, and I'm very glad the Wilds beta did not have bull fangos. I would be so happy to never see a bull fango again in my life. If they never came back in any... I'm doomed. I got lucky. If I don't die here, I got lucky. What the heck was it doing there? It became obvious what it was doing, but that was confusing. Whenever they dash along an invisible wall, it always gets confusing. Because they move in ways they really shouldn't. I don't know why it's on the opposite side. Maybe there is a reason. What? Oh, it shifted forward for the transition. Because it has to stand in the correct spot, and its charge ended here. So it had to... Oh, that was lucky. It had to dash to here to go to the next zone. It's so goofy. Okay, I'm gonna get hit. Oh, it's not targeting me. Good. Looking forward to unlocking the urgent. I might leave 1 or 2 quests after today because I had an extra quest beyond what I originally expected. I don't like this, where it just runs for no reason. It's just a waste of time. I wonder if they use the same AI for the monsters, or if they've used basically the same base since at least this far back. Because some of the Rise monsters, like 1 or 2 of them would occasionally do that thing where they just stop fighting. But in Wilds that gives you the chance to sneak attack. And despite the fact that you were hitting them 10 seconds ago, they just don't know you're there and you can sneak attack them. I wonder if that's some quirk that's been around way back in the series. Or if they've had to change stuff like that and it wouldn't exist anymore. And it's just a different quirk of their new system. I kind of hope it's a quirk of them just using the same system, AI, and all that, as opposed to being a new quirk, because then it's kind of less... It's just a bad implementation as opposed to efficient use of old resources. Ah, I was gonna comment on Zame. That's fine. He's very wide paws. That's a little bit more rotation than I expected. Yeah, okay, I don't agree with that hit. I guess it's just the chest running into me, but... Clearly isn't the electrified paw that hit me. Oop. Keep rolling for sharpness, even though I'm at full. I don't think it's limping. I'll have to pay attention to that when I want to capture one. Rude. Okay. I wonder if Zinogre will be in Wilds. Ooh, he's actually another monster that could be... that could fight. I hate the transition is helpful here, but... they could fight a Raidao and maybe lose, maybe win. Or like a, I don't know, an alternate form that's stronger, beats Raidao. Introduce a new... I mean, there's Thunderlord Zinogre already. There's Stygian. That is definitely limping. Stygian Zinogre, I don't know what that is specifically. You could have some thunder-based, super electrified Zinogre. Has a consistent electric aura that deals HP damage constantly. And so nobody likes fighting. Is that supposed to be living creatures moving? Or are those like logs? Yeah, Raidao specific Zinogre variant. That developed I hate this game. That developed specific electric capabilities to not be killed by the storm. That surrounds I hate this game. You don't do this. Get the free affinity. Great timing for it to have left. One hit away. Zinogre's definitely gonna come back. There's no way they wouldn't bring him back. Just like... no, they could definitely skip Diablos. So they definitely could skip Zinogre. I can't remember if I want a Zinogre weapon made. Or if it's maybe it's a Thunderlord. Oh, that's probably just... I mean, this could be Demon Riot. Level 2, I'd hope it would be. Well, it's a bad teleport point. Or fast travel point. It makes sense because that's where the cat swarm. No idea what that is. I need to find a better... I need more recipes. I keep using the same recipe. I need a different one that provides black belt. Okay, Legiacris captures an ogre. This one. I might leave this for last. I think I should do some of these. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 and 3 here. And then 3 real ones. So I'll do coal, 2 of these. Scavengers, 2 of these. This, the last 2. Or last 3. Shoot. I need to be a prowler. I can't bear to use actual resources to mine. I'm so glad they didn't. I'm so glad they didn't, for some wild reason, decide to give consumable pickaxes and whetstones in wilds. Because having to consume pickaxes just to gather would be no fun. It's one of the best improvements they've made to the series. Because it's not a fun time to have to actually worry about consumables. Whetstones are, I think, pretty much a non-issue. Which is also a really good reason to remove consumable whetstones. I don't think consumable mining stuff is an issue either. I just don't want to slot it into my inventory just to collect coal. I should collect these though. I will always need a lot of burned husks, I think. Oh, I might also get... No, this is low rank. I'm not going to get anything good other than the coal that I need. I guess I could get super lucky on like a time-worn talisman. Or charm. And get something usable. Yeah, charms, not talismans. I could get super lucky. Get like a +7 quick sheath plus 2 slots for more quick sheath. Sheath, not sheath. The sheath is not what is quick, it is the sheathing that is quick. So I should definitely say quick sheath, not quick sheath. Don't you dare. Thank you. Shoot, I meant to go to zone 10. Whoops. Oh well. It would take longer to go back there than to just go for a different path. I am not counting my coal. Dragonite, that's always good. Because this is the only way I ever get any. Ooh, this is like the one time where them stealing coal is actually bad. Ooh, I could have eaten for... I think this anti-steal skills... Of course, I wasn't actually planning on doing this quest when I ate, so... Come on, you can jump there. I hate how bright the magma? Because it's still inside the volcano? I hate how bright the magma is. I've never gotten this much Dragonite ore. I always just get coal. Yet somehow I've gotten 5 Dragonite ore and only 7 coal. there's the real coal. ×2. I still wonder if they're gonna... They're definitely not gonna have gathering quests in Wild. There's no way. No, it's totally possible. Maybe main quest stuff. There won't be sub-quest gathering quests, probably. Unless they have more like actual side questy type stuff. We have like a journal with a list of side quests and you just do it anyway. I forgot the coal only stacks to 10. Why does it only stack to 10? No idea. But I need to deliver 20. What a great choice. Yes, it's in the hub. Yes, it's not a Prowler quest, which means you can do it with other people. But still. Why does it stack to 10? To make it tedious. And that's the only reason. Because other than tedium, there's no benefit to having the stack size be half of what a quest requires. Okay, this time I'm going to run through zone 10. Have I gotten any powder stone? Okay, I have not, because otherwise I think it would have highlighted. I don't think... No, there were definitely quests like this in World. Unless I'm misremembering. I think it would be a good step to not have... no. If they had requests... This game has a request thing, where it's not a quest that you go out to collect stuff, but you collect stuff however you collect it. And then you turn it in when you have everything. If they do that, it might not be bad. And I think it would be a better choice than having dedicated quests, because how are they going to do dedicated gathering quests with how open it is? That must be how if they do it, that would probably be the best way. Oh no. More burned husks. Great coal. See, now that's what I expect from coal in the volcano. 5 from a single node? I believe that's what I expect. I like the comet, it's fun. I wonder what monsters that could make better use of the large maps. Dolometer. You could actually have Dolometer coiled around an entire map. They could probably have not need to put every monster in dedicated maps. Like Amatsu not in an arena. And still get that large scale effect by limiting it to a section of a large zone. Wonder if arenas are going to be bigger. I doubt it. They have no reason. Maybe there are no arenas. But I doubt they would make... If there are arenas, I doubt they'd make them meaningfully bigger. But maybe there'll be no non-arena quest arena quests. Like the time limit arena quests, sure. Like time trial, not time limit. That's so much Dragonador. I think those must still exist. They wouldn't get rid of that system. Okay, I'm actually gonna sell those, even if they might be better to merge with other stuff. They're not gonna remove that like time trial system, so there's definitely gonna be arenas. And if there's arenas for that, there's gonna be arenas for actual monsters, because why would they not use it for main quests? But it could be interesting if instead of arena, instead of proper arenas, they just had like a zone within a map where the monster just stays because of the larger zones. It could be interesting. As long as it behaves as if it's all one zone. Instead of moving 4 feet away and, oh, it's in a new zone, it's lost aggro. I should do the capture quests so I don't I should do both capture quests. Because otherwise I will forget. Doing them both at once is probably the best idea. Tranks, Pitfall, Shock, Cool Drink. Probably fine. Hot Drink. Yeah, I guess that's probably the best. I don't need the Cool Drink. I should probably bring some combo books. I can't remember the craft rate. Might as well have everything though. I still need to adjust my... Yeah, I need to have 5 tranks, not 4. Feels like a zone 6 or 7. It could be, I mean, it could be any of them, really. Just probably not 8, 10, 9, or 4. So 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 are, I believe, the most likely. Which means if I go around in this circle, I hopefully won't miss it. This one is one that feels the most likely. Okay, it's not here. Which means it's probably 2 or 5. Because I can't imagine it would be in the water heavy zones. That'd be fun though. Actual electrical danger because you're in water. It would be absolutely awful to play. And I would hate it. I would respect it a little. It would be terrible design. hate that Zinogre choice where it just runs for no real... I mean, it runs to make space for its charging, but it doesn't always charge. That was bad idea. A bad idea. I keep forgetting that it often does start instant aggressive. I'm doomed. I barely... That was... I actually think that should have failed. To reload. Hopefully it's not... It shouldn't be electric attack yet. It should be... Nope, a little bit longer. This one, if it wasn't interrupted, probably is full electric form. I think it enrages if it does it now. It definitely enrages. It is paintballed. Sudden backflip. Okay. Lots going on. Well, lots going on while absolutely nothing is going on. Backflip. Hey. I can pay attention. That was just unpredictable because he was targeting the cat. Oh, get out of the zone change, please. Ooh, its tongue is very weird looking. It's very, textured. I had no idea where that was going to land. That didn't jump. This has been a very frustrating fight. You're just consistently moving just too far. And just too late, just too early. Dodging every roll. And I'm stuck. I got hit twice and stunned. That's unfortunate. Like, every time, it just barely dodges everything. Nope. Like that. That hitbox looked bad. I was on the left side and it was swinging it the other direction, so I don't think I should have been hit there. Okay. The mounting's pretty janky. Every time the mount triggers and I'm like hit on the upward, hit on the up jump And then I'm about to make the downward attack, and I don't have time because it mounts after a weird delay. Yep, I was trying to hit the tail, but... I'm committed. This is a capture. That, I hate that hits on the opposite side halfway down its torso. That doesn't look limpy. And I haven't cut the tail, so I'm assuming it's not too close. That looks like it's tired, but that might just be exhaustion. It's clearly not tired if it can instantly body slam me and then slam again. I think I'm glad that this is the last Zinogre quest, because I'm good on Zinogre for today. All those like light turns to avoid being hit by the jump that are completely unpredictable. Some of the wide hitboxes, whatever. Worth it, I got the reload. Even if it got interrupted. Okay, it's definitely electrified here. Again, this minor rotation. That didn't... Those are the most frustrating. When you roll, and the monster you make contact with the monster, obviously, because you move. Like, you roll with the monster, it pushes you around, but you don't get the jump. And then sometimes you get these wild jumps when you don't want to, and the monster's nowhere near to jump off of. They just have a weird hitbox on a specific move and the timing just coincided. Every part break is worrying at this point. Because this is a capture, and I need to not kill it. The issue with not killing it is I have to know that it is limping, and I can't know that if it doesn't move to a new zone. I still think the step range on that's really high. Like, it steps really far on each of those. Okay, this is a tail cut. Now I'm even more worried about where it is. That looked normal. That was a charge, not a movement. Okay. I feel like he could be like 3 hits away at this point, and I wouldn't know. That's limping. I don't think that's limping. But it's really, I don't know enough to tell. Which is why I'm glad they have the auto knowledge in Rise and I think Wilds, because As interesting as it can be to be like, oh, he has limping, so catch it now. Not knowing with absolute certainty is very, very frustrating. Because that could have been limping. It could have just been limping weirdly. Limping at high speed. But it's also definitely really close to death. Or fairly close to death. So it could be that it was just above limp level. And I could kill it before it switches zones again. Like, I'm gonna hit it with an axe here. Because I feel like it's real close. That's definitely limping. Good. It's all a matter of feel, and that's not very friendly. Like, if capturing was fully optional, sure. It not being friendly is fine. But when it's a mandatory quest, it becomes like, oh, I just did this quest. I just beat as an ogre. Now I have to beat as an ogre again. Oops, what a waste of Tranq Bomb. So not knowing with certainty is very obnoxious. Oh, I don't know Glavenus. I don't know what it looks like when it's limping. Okay, Glavenus. Capture quests. So fun. This is the capture. I don't think people should be capturing giant, great sword-tailed creatures. I think that's a bad choice. I'm even bringing the trap tools. I don't think I am. So the crafting items are very wasteful. Oh, they just want to see it up close. Is what the quest says. So like, I guess capturing it, showing it to them, and then cruelly killing it is probably better than just capturing it. Oh, I probably should have checked if I was in a hot zone. I assumed I wasn't even in a hot zone. I assumed that I was in a neutral zone for no reason. I assumed it was Jurassic Frontier. But I guess I somehow brought the correct item. I don't know where Glavenus spawns on this map. I don't know if I've ever hunted one here. I think it's always been Jurassic Frontier. I made the wrong choice. I should have gone to Zone 1 and 2 because they are outdoors and they can have the hot air balloon. I'm committed to my bad choice though. And I'll do 3, 5, 6, 8. It's probably not in the caves. I mean, it definitely could be. It's not in Zone 8. That's, I think, the least likely. But it's also, I think, maybe the most likely place to have the hot air balloon. It's at least the place that I notice it the most. This makes sense that it's not here. Maybe it's only in zone 1 and 2. That'd be good. Okay, good. I'm glad I went to zone 6 at least. That's a fairly... I guess it's far away. It's not a big Glavenus. But it might be average. But initially I felt like it was very small. And it might be. Oh. Yeah, and the fact that Glavenus is a fire-breathing dinosaur is very surprising to learn for me. It never felt like a mage. It always felt like more of a fighter, and so fire breath feels like a more magical thing. Even if in, you know, role-playing games, plenty of dragon-themed fighters will have breath attacks. And what is a dragon, if not a cool dinosaur? Well, maybe not Eastern dragons. I don't think Eastern dragons are very dinosaur-like. But Western dragons are fairly dinosaur-adjacent. I was lucky. Oh, I've never actually seen that fit head on. It's a big circle. I thought it was like a ground level projectile. Like a flat attack that just covered the ground, but it's a big circle. Yep, I was gonna be hit there no matter what I did, because I went and made a poor choice. Okay, it should mount soon. Oop. Okay, I thought I was behind its mouth, but I guess it probably pushed me forward with its face. Surprised I haven't mounted yet. I guess I was wrong. I'm like very wrong. Have I broken it? I have. I don't think I have, but I'm not sure. It's the worst. Worth it. I mean, pretty definitely not worth it, but... There's the mount. Took a little longer than I thought. Commit. Ooh, that was one hit away. Okay, there's the break. Half expect to be shifted to the other side there. One of the harder tail cuts in this game, I think. Even with constant aerial jumping. Not a very accessible tail. Okay, this is a capture. Let's just preemptively do that for no reason. The whetstone's gonna be wasted anyway, might as well use them now. make sure I don't waste trap. You know, I won't waste it, hopefully. If I do, I have 2 more. That's fun. Yeah, it's a shock trap instead of a pitfall because that hit me in the wrong direction. Because these Zinogre quests, presumably Zinogre is immune to shock traps. But the default is shock trap unless there's a reason that it should be something else. This is an annoying mechanic. Oh, I can't walk on that lava area, so I can't really fight it. See, that's why I thought that was always a ground-based attack. That was... Maybe there's 2 tail attacks. One that's a circle, one that's... Oops, bad idea. Oh, never mind. Free. Unpunished. Deserved. Actually knocked me in the correct direction this time, which is nice. And it walks into the fire and I can't do anything about it, but I'm safe here. It's not where I want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Ah, here's fine now. We're far enough away from the lava pit, magma pit, probably. This way, please. Thank you for cooperating. It's a relatively cooperative monster. It has a few attacks that are a little annoying, but doesn't really... It doesn't have charge attacks where it just charges past you and does make it so you have to chase. Eesh, deserved. Oh, bad position. Oh, it worked. I was hoping either I would dodge it or basically have that happen. Mostly hoping to jump over it. I think that's my favorite attack on Glavenus. If you're in a bad position, it's relatively threatening, but it has very clear dodge location. A very clear area where it's safe to dodge. And those are fun. Not having to really... I mean, you have to figure it out in the first place, but it's not that hard. It's fairly safe under it. It's spinning in a circle, spinning its tail. You can't hit under it with the tail. But, like, it has a proper area. Oh, you instantly flinch from a single giant sword hitting you? What a weirdo. You're a giant dinosaur. Toughen up. Okay, I'm worried on the... yeah, that was doomed from the moment I pressed attack even once. I was worried about the number of mounts and its HP at this point. Because I feel like in terms of mounts that I've gotten, it should be near death. Unless it's susceptible to mounting. Oh, there's something so weird about the beta story for Wilds. Like, they were referring to the weapons that Hunter used, okay, that hit, as tools. Like, they didn't refer to them as weapons or anything. And, like, yes, they are giant weapons, but it's just kind of it just feels unrealistic that a group of people anywhere wouldn't understand the concept of a weapon. Like, oh, there's a large, sharp thing on their back. it's used. Like, it just feels weird setting up that village, the people of the area, to not understand what a weapon for hunting monsters is. And it just being called a tool, not a weapon, just felt odd. Because like weapons are tools, but it's specific. Like I doubt it's a weird like they wouldn't mess up translation on something like that unless it's all like AI translated. It didn't, I thought it was low, but it didn't leave once. It didn't limp once. That's why I hate this capture system. Like, if it doesn't choose to move, you never know that it's low enough. You just have to estimate. It's such a bad, it's so good they moved away from that. Well, I'm not doing that one again. Like, I was worried it was low. I probably should have just stood there doing nothing. Which is the correct play. The correct play is sit there, do nothing, wait till it moves. I'm doing one more and then I'll do one more, see how I feel. If I'm still feeling super frustrated after this, I give up. Because that is always frustrating. Oh, monster never moved. Guess you're unlucky. Guess you should just assume that it was low enough that it would need to be captured already. It's been improved. I really hope Wilds is as obvious as Rise. I noticed it on the mini-map once when it was low. I don't think it's nearly as obvious as Rise's big blue notification in the top right corner. Which I miss. I think that's the ideal. Because it's easy to justify. Ah, you're a professional hunter. You know what a severely injured monster looks like. You know when it will be in capture range. Justified. Good enough. Instead of, oh, no, the monster doesn't show you anything. You just have to stop attacking when it's about right. And hope... I literally just entered the area. Why did it move already? Like, I went straight to zone 2. Just have it start in zone 3 if that's how it's gonna work. Good. Like, yeah. Captures are bad. When you have to rely on the monster choosing to leave its current area just to know that it's in capture range, and if it just doesn't choose to leave, well, you're out of luck. You have to just sit there waiting, hope it leaves when it's about dead, but oh, it's not dead yet. I'll do a little bit of damage, but not enough that I would kill it if it was just above capture range. I got the roll, nice. Whoop. That was lucky that I didn't get hit. I hate that. I hate that landing air blast. It's so frustrating. I'm in a bad mood because of that capture quest. It's just made even worse, but... the fact that you just have to sit back when a Rathian lands because it does a huge air blast on landing just wastes time is what it feels like for me. It doesn't really take advantage of the time from the air blast to do much. I love mounting in this game. 3 roars in a row. Actually, on the first side, that was not the direction I was inputting. I'm 99% sure. Ah, early Rathalos. Lovely. I was not inputting that direction either, but I guess I pressed the button too quickly. This is never gonna work. Oh, it did because the Rathalos got aggroed. And then the Rathalos blocked the Rathian's shot. Good roar. And your Rathalos partner didn't even take advantage of it. Oh, that's the worst. Both of them doing the charge. That's the ultimate nightmare. Just the entire zone just gets unusable because they're running in one direction. Please leave. Not leaving. They don't run from each other. I know that's not how it works in this game. Oh, please don't. Of course. It stood up to attack something else and then switches target mid-air. But yeah, they don't split apart in this game because the game is meant to hate you. But I'm surprised it took this long for one of them to leave just on the normal departure rules. Because the only time they spend a long time in one zone is when you're trying to capture them and you need an indication that they are capturable. That's the only time they spend a long time in one zone. Every other time they switch zones every 20 seconds. Which actually, Wilds felt kind of aggressive on those zone changes as well. It just had less loading screens, so it wasn't as much of an issue. I missed the timing. I feel like it should be relatively close to dead. Not dead yet, just close. Can I jump off the bug? Nope. That might be death? Good. And, of course, the Rathalos is landing on top of me as I want to carve the Rathian. Great timing. Good fun. Well, I don't need any Rathian parts, especially not low-rank Rathian parts, so I guess I'll just leave it there. I guess the Rathalos' mate will go to nothing. They just died, and their parts are worthless. I'm gonna sit here till it jumps in the air so I can flash it. I need to disrespect it as much as possible. Wow, it's just doing the charge attack. It really is just doing the charge attack. There it is. And of course, every time it does that attack, I always get hit by the fireball. And I can't make it to it in time because it gets up fairly quickly. That shouldn't have hit me. I really don't think that should have hit. Because I generally don't think its tail can reach the front of its wings. I don't think it can bend that much. Horizontally. I'm not even sure it's that long. Might be. It's close. I do respect that attack, as always. An actual roar that does something is always worthwhile. Hate that attack every time. Let's just beat his face up. Close enough. I hate that. Stop charging. It's a waste of time. Tail cuts are always wonderful. Did I change my setup to only ring 4 flash bombs, not 5? I guess I need to fix that. Because I have no reason to bring 4 instead of 5. I don't know where it's going. I didn't paintball it because I was busy fighting it because its life partner was murdered. It's gonna charge. Oh, it didn't. Good. That... Knowing this game, that should have hit me. Oh. Oh, good fun. That's a new thing to learn about. That it will push you from zone 8 to zone 5. And waste a ton of your time. It's a good one to learn. Never go onto that side of that zone. Never go to the southeast side. Always stay on the north. Or keep the monster between you. At all times. Probably faster to go with 6, 7, 8 instead of 9, 10, 8. Especially if it does this. Yeah, I should have assumed that it would never go to zone 10 or 9. And if it moved, it would only go to 6, 7, 3, 2, 5. So if I'd gone, well, I mean, if I'd gone the other way, it would have gone to zone 2 when I got to zone 7, but... It's good that I successfully paintballed it before it knocked me off a cliff. think I need to make sure I do at least a couple more quests today. I will not even touch the Glavenus capture quest, that's for sure. That's a absolute pain. And an RNG fest, because if it doesn't decide to move zones, you just can't know that it's in capture range. Other than randomly trapping it and trying to catch it. It's gonna go to zone 8 again. I hope anything but 2. Good. I probably should have waited for it to fall asleep. Absolutely blasted by the fireball. Give me the parts that I don't need anymore. I guess I could upgrade my low rank armor. Get more armor out of it. But I mean, I don't really need to. I have no reason to. For now. Because the moment I reach high rank hub, I will just never use the low rank armor ever again. Kinda just weird. Okay. Only a little bit more. I still don't understand why you get bistro ticket G's in low rank hub. Yeah. It's just funny. So today, done. I can do the Lagiacrus for sure. Everything else, these aren't done, but Prowlers are lower priority. This I'm not doing. So definitely this one. I might try to do both of those. I hate Oregon. I should try to do it today. Yeah, let's get this page done first. Get this finished. And then work. What am I doing? I need paintball first. I mean, it's gonna be in zone 6 or 7, most likely. Might as well. Yep. Not really a necessary wave, but it's not gonna be necessary later anyway, hopefully. It'll only be necessary if I cart. And I can cart, but I shouldn't. Oh, yeah. Get a better throwing arm, Hunter. Oh, of course. I made the wrong choice. I went to try to actually do anything instead of standing around doing nothing. Oh, okay. No, it's just impossible to do anything until like 5 seconds pass. It's just worthless to even try. Okay. Good to know. There's no point even trying to attack until it's way out there because it spends multiple seconds at a range where you cannot really do anything. Yep, I couldn't tell where I was going to land there. Come here. Explode. And get the explosion. Sad. It was close, though. I could never have avoided that. Well, it's a good time to heal, at least. Like, it's a big waste of time, but it's a good time to heal. The dinkiest little hit stuns me. I've actually been expecting that to happen for a while in this game. And I'm actually surprised that it took this long. Oh, that's not the direction I was inputting. I was actually inputting left. I don't know why I went right. It worked out, but it's still nonsense, even if it works out. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. I got iframes from my Palico. That AoE's always bigger than it looks, but I got iframes from my Palico hitting me whilst I was stunned, and that made the damage. I guess I got iframes from the hit of the Palico, and that avoided the damage from the lightning. That's very lucky. I don't think it's a bad monster. I don't enjoy fighting Lagiacrus. Because of attacks like this that are just tedious and slow. Yes, it gives an opening. But I'd rather less of an opening and less time wasted, potentially. I don't know if it'd be better or worse for that ball to one-shot. Because then it would be riskier to go for the damage, which means that you would have to, like, if you went for it, like, okay, that shouldn't have hit me, I think. The visual on that was very unclear to me. Like, if it one-shot, it would be even more of a time waste because you really don't want to risk. You don't necessarily want to risk going in. But then it's at least a threat. which is kind of a positive. Like, attacks being fairly minor threats at most, and taking up a lot of time it's not the best combo. Like, Malzeno has a super attack that's it's slow, but it's actually pretty threatening. It's easy to avoid, but like, it's threatening, so the amount of time it takes up is proportional. Whereas compared to that, what the heck? I don't think I even hit the tail there. What? Was that like my... bad idea to even go into that. Was it like a Palico Boomerang cut the tail? Weird. My least favorite type of attack. Ones where it's just a monster running in a straight line. That was weird. I should have been hit there. I couldn't tell which side I was going to land on. Worth it. Got the reload. Ooh, even got the hit. Double worth it. Perfectly aimed lightning strike. You know, there was nothing I could do at that point. Zone 5's not where I expected it to go. Bit of a weird monster. I don't know when you would flash Lagiacrus. You wouldn't do it there because it's already an opening. And it actually makes the opening shorter. I'm doomed because I'm stuck under his leg. But somehow that interrupted. Okay. Visual garbage. I can't see what's happening there. Again, visual garbage. I'm doomed. Yep, that was... I might have been able to do it if I'd been a tiny bit more patient, but I think if I'd waited to be certain it was fine, I would have failed. Anyway, so... Something about its running interrupts me. Like, its leg hits me and I get staggered when it's just running away. Weird. Most monsters don't really do it that aggressively. Where you just can't even try to attack them when they're running away like that. Interesting. Committed. Super Lagiacrus would be pretty rough. I hope there are no super versions that I'm gonna want to beat. Because I would not want to beat them. I would just have to. Well. I'll see how it goes. Guess I'll do a small monster hunt and then see what I'll do after that. I'm gonna ignore that. Probably don't need to eat, actually, if I'm doing a small monster quest. Okay, only 6 left. Only 4 real quests left. This one looks no fun. I should do it first. I should do this, then the this, then the Uragan. And then all the quests left other than capture aren't going to be too bad. But capture quests are capture quests and they're not fun. This is a small monster quest. I don't actually need any of this junk. Why are there sonic bombs to get the flying monsters down. That'll be a pain. I guess I'm mostly gonna be killing Uruktors. Sadly, I'm not here to kill Senators. That's the other quest. Ah, hello Brachydios. I'm not going to fight you. It's a fairly small one. Just let me kill the Uruktors. You don't like them. They don't like you. I don't like you, you don't like me. We all hate each other. Let's just move on with our lives. Please. Don't. Thank you. There's really not a lot of the correct small monsters. Yeah, it's like 3, so I'm at 5 only out of 20. It's not the worst. It's better than Mountain Herbs. I think Mountain Herbs like the worst quest so far. The worst of this type of quest. There's ones that I think might be worse. I think anything Uragaan in Volcanic Hollow is worse, but that's worse for other reasons. These are bad because they're boring. That one was bad because I hate Uragaan, and I don't think Volcanic Hollow is a fun map. At least Zone 9. Has weird slopes that don't really cooperate very well. Is it really worth throwing one of these to hit 2? Probably not. I love these quests that don't really give you a reason to waste time carving the small monsters. Yeah, okay, looks like 2 might be the correct amount to use Sonic Bombs for, because so far there's a 100% rate of them being in groups of 2 at most. Sure, the sample size is a little small, but that's not important. I should probably just use this, get the affinity. Maybe I kill marginally quicker. No, Zone 9. Not Zone 3. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm pretty sure there's never Uragaans in 2 and 1, which means that there's 11. I think this one's generally Aptonoth. Maybe it's not gonna be, maybe they're gonna be nice and give me Uragaans. Nope, it is Aptonoths, I'm pretty sure. Which means that there's only 11 in the map, which is great fun design. It totally makes sense. Instead of just having all of them on the map right away, you have to wait for them to respawn. Because you're here to get rid of them, and they're not there. Maybe it's like, oh, they're spread out, and then they move back in, and you kill them, and then they're gone, and but it's not good gameplay. And since it's both not good gameplay and awkward feeling logic to me, given that that's the only logic I can think of, it probably shouldn't behave the way it does. Because it doesn't make the game better. And it doesn't make it more immersive. I would say makes it less immersive. I forgot that Zone 4 was just Senators. I should have remembered that. I remember the best, because yeah, this was Iodrums before. It's like 3, 6, 8, 7. That's it. You just loop those 4. Because 9 was Senators, 10 was Aptonoths. What a fun hub quest to do with your friends. Kill a bunch of Uruktors. Kill a bunch of Remobras. And that's all you do. Yeah, you can choose to fight a Brachydios, but like, why would you? Why would you choose to fight a Brachydios in a quest like this instead of an actual Brachydios quest? Like, it's such a weird... Like, it did them in the village, because early village there were no large monster quests. They were almost all these side quests that are just tedium. Like, doing a monster quest then is worthwhile, but like, these hub quests, I have options to just fight Brachydios, so why would I spend the time? Oh, that makes sense. Instantly ascending that far. Yeah, sure. Definitely not just bad animation, because they didn't want to have it fly up at a reasonable speed and behave at different elevations. Should be the last ones. Yes, 2 more. Kill the Uruktors. Somehow that did hit. That's fortunate. I can leave them here. I could harvest it, but I feel like it's completely meaningless. It's worthless to harvest, it's worthless to not. But I feel like it makes a point. To nobody, but... Hello, Brachydios. Try me. You can't scare me. Oh, good try. Good try, Brachydios. You know, Dragon and that's good. Good to collect that for free. Time to suffer through an Uragaan, and then look before that how much more I want to do. I beat the Uragaan, I'll have 4 left. That's too many. I think I need to do at least 3 more. This one, Uragaan, and I do the Shogun because that's not fun. This one's kind of fun. I'm not doing this one because I hate capturing. So these 3 are what I should finish up. They're all volcano. Volcano. Not the worst map. I think Volcanic Hollow is worse, but... Rations... Wait, did they not? I just didn't click them because I'm dumb. Okay, Uragan's generally in the caves. I think 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 is the best check. If it's in zone 4, I can be very frustrated. But I have to take zone 1 and 2 as a chance to locate hot air balloons. I'm sad hot air balloons are not relevant in this context anymore. They're pretty cool. An interesting mechanic that I don't think I would have ever learned naturally. Which means it's a bad mechanic that's not really introduced very clearly, but maybe it is and I ignored it, in which case it's my own fault. I should check 4, because if it's in 4 and I have to go back for it, it'd be very frustrating. Good. Let's get a little toasty. Walk in the magma for a bit. Warm your toes. I wonder how close you would have to be to warm yourself up. Probably not very. Reasonably cooperative Uragaan spawn. And it really helps that this is not Volcanic Hollow. It's still a terrible monster. Who's, I think, like, the biggest waste of time, but... somehow I prefer Barroth. Like, I guess it's a rolling. Uragaan's rolling wastes so much time. Whereas Barroth doesn't roll. So it's and it doesn't have ground tremors in that way. So it's less of a complete time waste. Of course it has a sleep effect. Just hit me. Stop wasting my time. Continues to waste my time. This is why it's the worst monster. I mean, the sleep is dodgeable, obviously. It has exactly one redeeming quality, and it's a redeeming quality that I don't even interact with, that barely exists. In fact, you can mine it when it's on the ground is cool. But that's all it has going for it. And that's just worthless. Why did it stop rolling? It doesn't help Uragaan that it's in the worst, like, category of map. I think the volcano ones are by far the worst. Because of the fact that monsters can just sit in the lava pools and you can't do anything about it. Which just wastes time. What? Why did you target my Palico there? Like, what do you have against Cat? That's kind of lucky. What a fun monster. I ran into that. That was bad, but I think Uragaan is actually the worst monster. I don't know if it's the worst monster in the entire series. I haven't fought every monster. But it's up there, in my mind at least. Like, I don't think there's a single monster in Rise that's worse. I don't think... I'm not sure about World. World has Uragaan that competes with Uragaan, so... like, Uragaan in World is pretty bad. Uragaan here might be worse. There's probably some monsters in the world that I've never fought because I just haven't gotten far enough that... Or Iceborne, maybe. That are worse, like... But at least in a base level... of just being not fun in the slightest, I think Uragaan is like the worst monster I've ever fought. Because like Gravios is a waste of time in this game, but it's a waste of time because it's basically just Basarios, but taller, which makes it worse because of tails and stuff. Like that's, I don't, it's bad not on its own merits. It's bad because it's basically just a reskin. Except it's bigger, so it's not a reskin, but... I love this monster. I hope it never comes back. I love this monster. It was here for a minute and it ran away. I'm glad I chose to do this today. While I am already in a negative mood from that failed capture quest. Because if I did it on a day where I wasn't in a bad mood, I would instantly be in a bad mood. Obviously bad mood with the context of playing a game, not, you know, actually a terrible mood. Nice attack. Wow. Takes that long to deal, what? An eighth of my health? Like, a good number of the monsters in this game could have dealt that much damage to me in a fraction of the time. Just hit me. Stop wasting time. Thank you. Oh yes, and I can't do anything now because it's in a Battle of Magma, so it's totally interactive. And not a complete waste of time. Should learn how to use a bow or a bow gun just to fight Uragaan. Oh yeah, the fake out. I kind of respect that. Except for the fact that green was moving way quicker than I think it should have. But that might be some mechanical part of the game that I just don't know how it works. Wow, what a interactive video game. Get out of the lava. It really doesn't help Uragaan's case that it's also rock-like. With a little rocky skin, burning, probably burning sharpness faster, maybe bouncing. doesn't really help its case, because even if it didn't have that, it wouldn't be very fun. In my opinion. I should wait for it to fall asleep. Because there's a chance that it will notice me and not fall asleep. It didn't. Good. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds, Chatacabra will fall asleep while you're actively attacking it. I think they probably need to fix that. Unless that's some intentional choice where the Chatacabras are narcoleptic or something weird, but... feels unlikely. Oh, it also doesn't help that Oregon does ground tremors, which are really frustrating in this game because they actually put your weapon away. Whereas in this game, monster roars look like they put your weapon away, but they don't. But ground tremors behave differently than monster roars. That's more of an issue with the roar effect than with ground tremors, though. I hate ground tremors for other reasons, but they're intentionally how they are, so that's not actually a legitimate... I mean, it's a legitimate thing to dislike, but it's not a legitimate complaint. And that was a ground tremor attack, but because I got hit by him, I didn't get hit by the ground tremor. So my weapon didn't get put away. Weird. I love Uruk Taurs. They're so friendly. I hope there's no high rank Oregon. There will be. But I hope there aren't. Goofy. At least this music is fun. Not great. Okay, only a few more. Only a few more. A small quest. Let's look at this for a second. Defender, Riser, Dungmaster, Medic, Insomniac, Moxie. Combiner high and combiner low, that's good to know about. Yep, those are that helpful. Somehow for a second there I just got confused by the fact that I couldn't control the camera in this area. I don't know why it confused me so much. I actually probably shouldn't bring a hot set. Because I'm going to pick up 4 cool drinks anyway, and I don't even need to drink them. "20 Senators. Please have an abnormally high number of Senators in the area. I'm bringing these, and the food. I'm not going to use the cool drinks. If I get low enough, I'll drink several first aid meds, which will take longer, but I just feel like collecting the cool drinks is slightly more fun. And dying to a Senator could be funny. Please, if it's not just the, like, 3 zones with, like, a total of 6 between them. Like, I hope 3, 5 both have a ton of Senators. Have Senators in 2 and 1 instead of Bullfangos. Just give me a large number of Senators. 2 per zone would be good enough, because there are 10 zones. Nope. This is Uruktors. Zone 5 might be lucky. Probably not, though. Yup. These quests are bad. Maybe I should just sat in Zone 4, waited for some to respawn. I think sometimes they spawn until you kill them all, and then they stop respawning quickly. Oh, hello my... Oh good, they did increase the number here. Instead of 0. They have Senators instead of Uruktors. I hate Oregon. I want it to fall into a volcano. Except it's immune to lava, so obviously it won't fall into a volcano and die. But I wish it would. That'd be a fun mechanic. Traps for monsters where it insta-kills it, but you get none of the rewards and you fail the quest, because... Wait, you don't necessarily fail the quest, depending on the type of quest you fail. If it's just a slay, then boom. If it's hunt, then you have to be able to gather materials, so it doesn't count. That could be fun. It's like you get a trap that one-shots because it falls into a pit of lava from a bridge where you destroy a pillar and it all falls and they die. That could be entertaining exactly once. And then you would never do it again because you don't get any resources from it. Good. 1 Senator. They couldn't even give me 2. Yep, to Zone 2. Briefly check Zone 1. It's basically guaranteed to not be Senators, but I don't know for sure. Ah, good. If this is Senators, then there's a chance that Zone 1... I'm glad I didn't assume and then not check. the free healing's why I didn't bother. Yeah, Kelby. So I can hope that Zone 4 has respawned. I think it was Zone 4, not Zone 3. To Zone 3. Yep, it is indeed Zone 4. As I read a book about role-playing games. Fun to see high-level feats and the like that most of the time are not really that relevant because plenty of time you'll play a game and it'll max out at level 10, level 12, and you never see the level 18, 19, 20. Well, it's always 18, 20 sort of split on feats. You never see become thought, or if you die, you are no longer a physical whatever because you're a all-powerful psychic or whatever category of psychic. It's a lot of cool stuff. It's sort of effective, very effective implementations of tropes into the mechanics. 6 more. 4 here. No reason to go to Zone 8. I can't remember if Zone 7 had any. I think 9 had 1. It's such a silly quest. Hopefully, there's probably gonna be less of these. If there's any low rank monster quests, or like small monster quests in G rank, I won't lose my mind, but I'll be slightly sad. Cause like, who needs low rank monster quests in master rank? Like that, it's already busy work. It's even more busy work if it's in master rank, when you're there to hunt master rank large monsters. Distant sounds of sirens. I don't know which. It doesn't have the horn addition that I think fire trucks have. But I'm not sure if it's police or ambulance. I don't know if there's a difference. Probably depends on where you are, obviously, but... I wouldn't be surprised if there's a difference and I've just never noticed. This quest complete is very long. If only this was wild, then I could skip it. Check how long this took. 7 minutes. If I can kill 2 Shogun Senators in less than 7 minutes, then these quests are even more obviously a waste of time. I don't think I should be able to kill them that quickly, though. But if I can... Did I eat the wrong meal? I did. I think this is the easiest way to reset meals. I should be collecting the ticket probably from the ranch. This is the correct food. Nope. Okay, one more, and that's it for today. Because of frustration. I mean, honestly, I think even with the Uragaan, just the Uragaan quest, I would have been absolutely... I should still use just the general. I would have been done with it by now, because that Uragaan, I hate everything about Uragaan. Okay. I think it's probably best practice to go zone 1 and 2 first. Because they are the most likely locations to find a hot air balloon. Other than zone 8. I guess, I mean, outdoors is the most likely place to find a hot air balloon as opposed to indoors in a cave in a volcano. It's better to go probably 1, 2, 10, 9 unless I know that the Senator will be in like 3, 4, 5, which is actually where I think it's most likely to be. But it's probably best practice if I'm not certain. There's no ways in 10. Ah, no, I think I've seen one in 10 before. I didn't drink the thing, did I? I didn't check for that. Okay, nothing. I wonder what happens if you flew a hot air balloon too close to a volcano. You get low enough that... I mean, there's presumably a point where you're close enough to the volcano that the air around you, around the... That's weird. That the air around the balloon is hotter than the balloon itself. And I'm pretty sure that's how they work. I hate that. I hate Shogun Senator. The only thing good about it is when it gets stuck. He said it can get stuck really easily. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna take the hits because I'm lazy. It should mount by now. Okay, it's good to know that while mounted, I constantly take bleeding damage. I assumed I'd at least not take damage actively while mounted, but the movement of the mount. I guess it's attacking causes the bleed damage to go, not just movement. That takes so long. I hate any bleed monsters. My least favorite status effect. I'm dead. I should have died there. And you can't drink a potion while crouched because you can't. It's totally not the easiest way to stay stable. Like, it's good to know you can't drink a potion while crouched. I figured you wouldn't be able to. But it's complete nonsense that you can't. I give up. I'm out. I'm done for today. It's not even a hard fight. I just hate bleed. I bled. I cleared the bleed. I bled instantly again. And then I died. I'm fine dying. It was bad play. But I'm done. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.